Hey everyone, it's Kelly here. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do something for the kids. So, for all you little ones that are home and you are missing your art class, we're going to paint some little cats and dogs. I'm going to show you how you can create them really quick and really easy. So, stick around. So before we dive in, I just wanted to take a second and thank you for watching my channel. Make sure to click the like button if you enjoy the video and subscribe to keep up with my weekly uploads. And I also wanted to mention I have a free watercolor class for the next 30 days. It's this beautiful little seascape that you can try out for free. Hey everyone, it's Kelly here. I'm going to show you how to create these cute little cats and dogs today. So if you want to make sure that you have some watercolor paper, you want some watercolor paints, you need a couple little brushes, you need a small brush and a larger brush, any size, any kind of watercolor paints and any kind of paper that you have. We're just going to have some fun today and create some little animals. So if you're ready, I'm going to start. So we have all of these cute little dogs and cats, and they're all laying in different positions for you to try. So here's an orange cat laying down, blue one sitting back two, and a red one sitting back two. And we're going to create this little scene at the very end. We're going to put it all together. So the first thing you want to do is grab your watercolor paper, grab a good size brush. I've got a pretty good one here. It's pretty good size. And you want 2 glasses of water. You want one that's clean and one that you're going to use as your dirty water. So two, we want to make sure that we keep that one glass as clean as we can. So I want you to wet your brush first. Let's just practice a really quick one. Just a little water, and then whatever your favorite color is the color that you can use. And we're just going to mix it and dot it on the paper and see how that water reacts with the paints. And those paints are only going to go where your water goes. It almost looks like a little form of a cat right there. So let's do a little circle and another circle down below. The top one is a little bit smaller. That we want a little bit bigger. That's going to be your body. We'll get a little tail here. Put a couple little ears just with the tip of your brush. And we can shape that out just a little bit more so it looks like your cat is just sitting back to you. Easy, right? Let's go ahead and try another one. We're going to do a bunch of these, all in different positions. So I've got some red this time. Again, making a little head, give him his couple little ears on top. And then I'm going to go a little bit bigger with an oval shape for your body. And again, a little tail. This one's got a little bit more of a longer tail and it's a little fluffier. So if you've got a fluffy cat, you can have a fluffier looking tail. Maybe it's a little fuller up and through here. It's got a little bit more hair like a Maine Coon cat. So again, really quick and easy. Let's go ahead and do another one. This one is going to be with orange. I'm going to shrink myself down a little bit. There we go. So you can see the color a little bit more. Again, that circle for the head. And let's have this guy laying on his side a little bit. So your oval shape is going to go to the side instead of underneath. And give him a little tail. He's all curled up. He's got that tail wrapped around him a little bit, and then just a little bit of his foot sticking out. So you think of him laying on your couch or on your bed. So you see how easy it is to create 3 different cats all in different positions. Very simple by creating those circles, just giving a little tail on a couple little ears. So let's do another one. You ready? We're going to create a little fence here first. Couple little lines, some little fence posts. Now, if you want a smaller brush, you could do it with this one with a smaller brush, but I'm going to use the very tip of that brush, just a really little bit of a point there, creating a really small one. So again, that little circle, a couple little ears, and put his little tail in there. So he's sitting on the little fence. How easy is that? Let's do a few more. So I'm going to do a close-up for you on this one. So you can see I have a little bit smaller brush now. So let's go ahead again with that same shape. And now we're going to make a dog. So his ears are coming down instead of going straight up. Now, not all dogs are like that. You can have dogs that have their ears up as well. But see how it looks like they're leaning back and he's looking up. He's got a little bit wider tail. Let's try another one. Let's make him a square this time. Let's see how we can change this up by making it a square shape. Little square body. Still give him a couple ears. This time he's got little ears sticking out and another long tail. So does it look like he's back to you. He's looking away. Let's try with a triangle now. So again, we got two little triangular shapes. Give him a tail. And his head's looking up. And you can see he's got these long puppy dog ears. I'm going to keep going. You following me along? So you're going to be able to create any kind of little dog or cat that you want, all with using these same little shapes. Let's try a rectangle this time. We'll have him standing up. So it's two rectangles side by side. One's a little bit bigger for the body. We'll give him a couple little ears and a tail. And then we can give him little feet. He's a little short dog. We can make him longer by making his legs longer as well, or his tail shorter. So if you have a dog or a cat at home, you can paint yours. Again, a little circle. We'll have this one laying down again. A little bit of oval. Give him a little one ear up and one ear down. He's curled up, and let's wrap his little tail around. So you can't see his feet. His feet are going to be in front of him. See how many little different ways that we can do this. Again, another triangle. And let's add a rectangle shape to that. Give him a little ear, a little tail. He's laying flat on his back now. Put a little nose on him up there. And his little ears kind of flopped over on the ground. So I have these all dry now. I went ahead and let those dry. And let's take a little marker. We could create some little faces on these, just so you have a little better idea. So there's his little nose, couple little eyes. See how that came together? You could even put a little collar on him if you wanted to. We'll give this guy a couple little eyes, or girl, a little triangle for the nose, and then fill that in. And then a little smile underneath. This one looks like my dog. And then give him some little ears, maybe some little feet. So he's just sitting forward. He's facing you now. Before he was back too. Let's have this guy. He'll be back too. Put a couple little feet on him here. So he's looking away from you. See how simple that is to give them little faces if you want to have him looking at you, or he can be looking away from you. Let's see what else we can create. So this one's got a long tail. We'll make this one a cat laying down on its side. He's back to you. Like little side laying. My dog always is laying down. I don't know about yours. Do you have a dog that's got lots of energy or likes to lounge a lot? So yeah, let's create another cat, all curled up in a little ball. Give him an ear, a couple ears, and a tail. Another rectangle. We'll do two of them, and let's round this one out so it looks like his little tail's curled around him. And let's put our little paws. My cat likes to lay this way, puts her paws straight out, laying on the back of our couch. That's how she lays a lot of times. So remember, if you want to do this with your favorite color, grab your favorite colors. You can make a lot of these on a page. Make all kinds and practice them and see what different little animals that you can create. Let's do one that looks like he's looking up. If we make this a triangle, we'll give it a circle for the body. Make him a little long tail. Almost looks like a little mouse looking up, and put a little nose on there. Kind of big for a mouse, isn't he? But that's okay. How about a bunny rabbit? Let's see if we can do a bunny rabbit. So again, a circle. Giving him a side view with his two little ears, give him a little nose. And then what kind of tail does a bunny rabbit have? He has one of those little cotton tails. Let's do a tiny little mouse. Got a long tail, right? Mice have those long tail. And then we want to put a little point on the front of him for his nose. And he's got a little tiny ear. He doesn't have a real big ear. Now you can make this a squirrel. You can make it a chipmunk. Let's make him sitting back too. Long ears. What's this going to be? It's another bunny rabbit. Let's put a tail. I give him a little nose here. So he's got a little profile, little side profile, and a little cottontail. Does that look like a bunny rabbit to you? Okay, so we've practiced lots of little animals, and now you're going to be able to paint whatever animal you would like. We're going to put them on a little fence. So I'm going to wet my paper and we're going to do a little background. So I've got my big brush again, and I'm going to wet this area with some clean water. And we want this pretty light. We don't want a lot of dark colors because we're going to make this a little nighttime sky. And we want to be able to see our little animal in there. So we want a lot of water, just a little bit of color in here. So I'm going to tap in some of this blue. It's got a little bit of red in there. Blue and red will make purple for you. So we're going to put in just a little bit of color here and there. And I'm going to fill in that paper. So I'm going to make this a square or rectangle shape for you. And now we'll go in with a little bit darker color, and we're going to splatter this and make it look like some little stars are over there. Now, if you want, you can cover up the rest of your paper with a little bit of paper towel or cloth so that you don't get that on the white area of your paper. If you want to keep it nice and clean, you can do that. If not, little splatters are fine everywhere. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of that darker blue while it's still wet, and I'm going to tap in some big stars or maybe some little planets out there. And then rinse your brush off, and then I'm going to go ahead and dry this, and we'll be right back. We want that background nice and dry, so we're going to begin painting our fence and we're going to put a little cat and a little dog on this one. So my paper is all dry. And I think I'm going to use a small brush and maybe a pen. Let's grab a black Sharpie and we're going to draw this in. Does it look a little bit like my moon and stuff back here? The planet behind me. Oh, I have my small brush. Let's put a moon in here. Let's do a blue moon. Blue purple. So I'm going to mix my red with my blue and get a really pretty purple. Now you'll see if I put more red in there, it looks more red. If I put more blue in there, it's going to look darker and look more purple. I like that color purple. So I'm going to put a moon circle. Let's see, where do you want to put that moon? Let's put it up here on the top right-hand corner. I've got my marker. I'm ready to go as soon as I put my moon in here. So I'm just going to do a nice big circle. And try to keep that as round as I can. And now I've got my little black marker. Now this one is a very small little marker, so it makes some very tiny little lines. If you have some larger markers, those are good too. So I'm going to make my line across, going to make that fence. I'm going to put my lines going down, and let's go ahead and make a little picket fence. I'm going to put a little triangle on the top of each one of these. And then we'll put another line here. So this looks like that board is going in front. Let's put this one in behind. I think I like that better. but we're going to paint these in. So we have our little fence shape. Let's add some purple to those. We're just going to fill those little fence marks in. And I'm going to tell you a little hint. When you're done with your brush, you always want to make sure you lay your brush flat. You don't want to leave your brush in your water, because what happens is the brushes will be all squished in there and it ruins your brushes. So let's add a little grass to the front. Yeah, I'm just flicking my wrist up and I'm lifting off on my brush so it's skinnier at the top and wider at the bottom. And let's give us a nice little dark shadow where the grass is. Maybe the ground is a little uneven here. And make a couple little more brush marks here. Go a little bit darker with some darker blue in here while this is wet. And then we'll do a little shadow. So that moon is shining on that fence. So it's creating a shadow in behind your fence. You're going to see your little fence marks. So let's dry that, or you want to go ahead and dry that. And then we're going to create two little circles. We're not going to paint this in. I want you to be able to see it with a marker first. Give them two little ears. This is going to be my little cat with a little tail. And then once you draw him in, you can paint him in. So I'm going to make him a little bit different color. We're going to make him more red purple. And then paint his little tail in. So he's just sitting there looking at the moon. Does he need a little friend? I think we should maybe put a little friend in there with him. And I'm going to do a dog since I have a cat and a dog. So I'm going to have him looking at the moon as well. He's going to be sitting down here at the bottom. I want to start with that triangular shape, little triangle for his body. Give him a tail. And I wanted him to have some long ears. This looks like my dog Prim. And give him a little nose looking up at the moon. Almost like a little Snoopy. And there he is. Give him a little bit longer tail and maybe a couple little feet. So it looks like he's sitting up howling at the moon. So all done. What do you think? So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for painting with me. If you can get your mom or your dad, your brother, or your sister, your grandma, your grandpa, any of your family members or your friends, they can take a picture of what you painted today and share it with us. We'll see you guys maybe next week. We'll try to do another one. If you have some ideas of what you want to see, make sure to leave it in the comments down below and let me know what you like. Bye-bye.